I think it's pretty clear that if the assassination attempt on Trump had succeeded, that Biden would have stayed in. People can draw their own conclusions from that, but I believe that. It seems obvious to me that all of these things are connected. But he did drop out yesterday, apparently.
Someone dropped out, Tucker. And, I'm getting these phone calls all of a sudden, just like I got random phone calls a week ago that said Donald Trump has been shot, and we didn't even know at the time what was going on. And then suddenly I'm getting phone calls from my team saying, hey, Joe Biden has just dropped out. I'm like, what do you mean he dropped out? Is there an Oval Office address? He's not in the Oval Office. He's supposed to be in Rehoboth. This very suspicious letter, which is signed by Joe Biden in a signature that is different from all of his other signatures, gets put out, and it says that he is dropping out of the race. It doesn't cite a reason. It doesn't cite any specifics as to what's going on, doesn't endorse Kamala Harris in the letter itself, and it's just posted to his Twitter account, just X. So it's posted up there, and we don't hear from him. We don't see him. We don't see Jill. We don't see any of the senior staff. His senior staffers are the ones informing the cabinet after this. So Biden himself doesn't even call his own cabinet to talk to them.
So it's 11:15 on Monday.
Yes.
And as of right, and by the time this is posted, it may change, but we have not heard from Biden.
We have not heard from Biden or seen Biden personally since, no proof of life, since Wednesday at this event in Las Vegas where they pulled him out because he was diagnosed with COVID. Nothing.
There's been no sighting of him at all?
As of today, I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard anything. We get all these reports from someone familiar with the president's thinking, familiar with Joe Biden's, thought processes, someone who claims that they just saw Biden. But no, there's no Biden. There's no evidence of Biden. There's no sighting of Biden. There's no Biden taking a selfie saying, hey, America, thanks for the memories. Nothing. Not a single piece of it.
The closest we have, I think, is his brother Frank coming out to CBS yesterday, but not on camera.
Right.
Telling the reporter, I love my brother, and for whatever time he has left, I'll be glad to be with him. And then the Biden family apparently comes out and says, well, actually, Frank's an alcoholic. You can't listen to anything he says.
Yeah, that's crazy, Frank. And he hasn't talked to his brother in weeks. But that being said, even if he did talk to his brother weeks ago, and there was a medical condition that raises to that level, then we don't know. Look, that being said, though, what he said, Frank, about Biden, whatever time he has left, that actually lines up with something that I heard from a well-placed White House official, not as high as the inner circle or anything like that, but said something about Biden asking questions about, what is it like to have dementia? What is it like to lose your mind? And realizing that there's no future for you. Your future is your legacy, of course, but your future personally is you're going to be confined to a bed, and you're going to wake up and maybe not recognize people's faces, this type of thing, and that he was asking those questions. And so perhaps when he talked to his brother, he said something similar.
But it's Monday. We're in the middle of two wars, and we're in the middle of these wars. We're paying for these wars. Americans are fighting in these wars right now. And there may be a third war with Iran approaching quickly. That's my read on it. And there's no proof that Joe Biden even exists right now.
There's nothing. This is even Khrushchev. So when the Soviets wanted to get rid of Khrushchev in 1964, he was on vacation, and he's down in, I guess it's in the Republic of Georgia now, in Abkhazia, and he's on the beach, and Brezhnev and all the guys get together in the Kremlin, and they say, okay, we're done with this guy. He's old. We're pushing him out. They're like, we're not going to wait for death of Stalin on him. We're just going to go in and decide we're making the move. They get with the KGB because Brezhnev had already kind of maneuvered everything, so his guys were in power, and they run the full Unhumans playbook on him and say, you're done. They have him come back. When he flies back, and they say, we have a meeting to discuss agricultural reports, and they come in. KGB intercepts Khrushchev at the airport. They bring him in, and they hand the letter in front of him, and they say, this is the letter. You're going to sign it. And Khrushchev at that point goes, you know what? I'm old. I always kind of knew this day was going to come. So he just goes along with it. He just totally lays out. They put him under house arrest for the rest of his life. He's never seen or heard from again. He gets like a memoir that comes out.
But that's the Soviet Union. I mean, this is a free and
there's
transparent country owned by
like
its own citizens.
Whatever, go on here. I mean,
so you
Tucker, that's a crazy other thing.
But what's so bewildering to me is that nobody mentions it. I mean,
go look at the media right now. if Wired.com, it's a conspiracy theory to say that this was a coup. There's this whole hagiography that's going on right now of, it was this tense decision that Biden was grappling with.
But we don't know any of that.
Oh, of course we do. We've been informed by people close to his thinking that this is exactly how it went down. And of course, none of us were in the room. None of us got to see any of this, but we're all told, no, this is exactly what happened. Joe Biden isn't out there himself telling us that any of it's happened. And as of the time of recording, we haven't even heard from Kamala Harris yet, who we're told there isn't anything physically wrong with her. So why isn't Kamala coming out or Jill coming out or anyone?